In 1989, Nintendo released the Game Boy and changed the gaming world forever. The game that facilitated that change? Well, it was Tetris, of course. Over the years, Tetris has had countless copycats, but the strangest one I've played so far has to be Bulletproof Software's Wild Snake. Now, to be fair, Bulletproof Software wasn't just any old company copying Tetris' style. In fact, they co-developed Tetris for the Game Boy with Nintendo, so if anybody was going to copy that game, it'd probably be them. They also developed Yoshi's Cookie and a few other real Tetris games, so they should be well suited to this type of game. Not only that, but this game was made by the creator of Tetris himself, Alexei Pajitnov, and he's even on the cover of the box. Sadly, Wild Snakes is not nearly as fun as I hoped it would be. The game has a story, but it's some ridiculous nonsense about an earthquake and snakes slithering away from it. Honestly, games like this do not need a story, and are probably better off without one being shoehorned into them. The gameplay is simple. Snakes come from the top of the screen, and you control them with the D-pad. Each snake will keep moving until it hits a wall. If two snakes of the same pattern touch, then the newer one eats the older one no matter the size of each of the snakes. The problem with this is that it's really hard to figure out where the snakes will end up. I mean, even if you let the snake drop straight down, it still chooses to go left or right totally at random. So there's really no way to be sure where the snake will go once it hits a flat surface. Not only that, but the snakes don't always come from the same place. For example, in Tetris, the blocks always fall from the center, so it's easy to anticipate where they're going to go and where you want to put each block. But in this game, the snakes can come from any space at the top. It's totally random, and it drives me crazy. Another problem is the difficulty settings. Anything above the easiest setting has just way too many different types of snakes, and just becomes a random game of placement until you die. But at the same time, the easiest mode is so simple that it can basically play itself. In fact, I set the game down as I was writing part of this review, and when I came back a few minutes later, it was still going, and it had beaten my high score. To better illustrate this point, here's some sped up video of the game playing itself without me touching the controls at all. It's just silly that a game that's supposed to be all about strategy and puzzle solving can basically play itself and do a better job than you can if you're actually trying to play it. The game does offer more complicated boards for you to play on, but none of them really make the game better since the snakes still kind of do whatever they want when they hit a wall. It's nice that they included these, but they don't fix the problem of the actual mechanics being kinda wonky. This game was also released on the Super Nintendo, and from the screenshots and videos that I've seen online, it appears to be identical. One last thing I do want to mention is that a game with a title like Wild Snake is basically begging for some type of phallic joke, but I was going to rise above that and stick to the facts. Well, I was going to until this happened. You'd think someone over at Bulletproof would have realized that that thing looks like a massive snake-eating sperm, but, well, there it is. In the end, Wild Snake is just not that fun. It's Tetris with a twist, but I think it's a twist I could have gone without. Kinda like Pepsi Twist. It took a good thing, and it messed it up. Truth be told, the Game Boy has so many great puzzle games that it's really not even worth looking at this one. Save your money and play one of the greats. You'll thank me later. Well, that wraps up another episode. I think this one will be episode number 35, which is a pretty respectable number. I can't thank you guys all enough for watching and making the show possible, but if you can't get enough of me, then head over to RetrowareTV.com and check out the all-new audio podcast that I do with my fellow Retroware crew member Derek, aka the Happy Video Game Nerd. Until next time, guys, this is Ben saying, have a great week.